not gonna be on.
Welcome to Wifey Regardless. Sorry we is late. I was in there running my mouth and time just flew past, honey. But welcome. I am Marjorie with Purpose. I hear echo.
For me,
I don't know. Where do I hear echo from? I don't know. But yeah, everybody has school and things to do, so we're short. We're short-handed on staff today. And I got Vaseline. I know that Vaseline looks crazy, but my face is dry.
so I use that user and stuff.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Wifery Garden. We're gonna go right into it today. So Dwight Howard's wife had some thoughts she wanted to share with the world about being married, like when she first got married, that you sent me. So I'm gonna play that if I could find it. How was your weekend? How was church?
It was okay.
It was okay.
It's, stuff be so performative and but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm watching a live podcast.
Is that how? Is that how? Is that how it made you feel?
Yeah, like a live podcast.
Huh. That's what the church felt like, a live podcast.
Yeah, like it. You know when they use those buzzwords like narcissism and trauma bond. I'm like, sir, just read the Bible. Read the Bible.
Was
Talk
there
about the
was
Bible.
there cameras?
Of course.
Was
Cameras
there
and
cameras?
lights and
Of
yeah, of course.
yeah.
The cameras and
Oh
lights, and you
well.
got people
Oh
shouting
well.
while they scrolling on Instagram at the same time. It
This is where we
was a
are.
nice try. We'll try
This
something
is
different.
where we
I
are.
wasn't a fan, but I went. Decent message.
At least you went. Yeah. Decent message, huh? All right. Well, we'll listen to this and then we'll talk about whatever it is she talking about. Get the right screen on. That's really small. Let's do this.
My life, and I almost divorced his ass in 6 months, being real stupid and silly. Actually, we both filed for divorce. Let's talk about the struggles of being a new young wife. First thing I can tell you as a new wife, I know this is gonna be a hard practice, but shut your mouth. Shut up. Now I know some of y'all gonna say, oh, you gotta shut up because you married. What is he silencing you? No, sis, I'm not saying shut up. I'm saying pick your battles. And sometimes pick them quietly. Understand when you became one with your husband, that means you became one. Y'all are one. You have to literally die to your old self. You don't want to do that yet. What does die to my old self mean? Because I'm very much still alive. Simply means adjustments. You got to make a lot of adjustments. Again, heavy on your one now. Know your spicy attitude isn't passion. It's a nasty attitude.
Yeah.
That has to die for your husband. Confrontational spirits hidden by passion. You're not passionate, sis. You just got an attitude problem. Lose it. Quick gem. Successful top tier men, they just want peace. They don't want anything else. You can't do anything else for them besides bring them peace. Mistake I made, me and my husband going through issues, telling my friends about it. Don't do it. Dying to yourself is hard, okay? You spent your whole life talking, probably talking too much, getting the last word, being overly opinionated, being emotionally unstable. Some people settle for that, but this person married you, they're not going for it. Passive aggressive attitudes. Most black men, when you do that, it reminds them of somewhat what they grew up with their mom, their siblings. They married you. They don't want to feel with the trauma from childhood. And I'm about to say something that's probably gonna hurt y'all feelings. Black successful men do marry black women. But
Okay.
my girls, let's be for real. Let's talk about it. I already know, sis, life was not easy for us. And along the way, we formed a little neck roll that we can't get rid of. Because life was hard doesn't give you the right to be rude, a bitch, confrontational, nasty attitude, uncooperative, any of those things. You're married now, sis, so you're joining with one. It should be a peaceful harmony, right? Which means you have to die to yourself with all the ugly things that do not create peace. Let's talk about the maybe I rule. If there's conflict going on in your marriage, in your home, silently to yourself, not out loud to your husband, ask yourself, maybe I am understanding this wrong. Maybe I am processing this wrong. Maybe I am being overly emotional. Maybe I am not listening. If you silently ask yourself the maybe I's and then go in a corner and process them before you respond, you will
Okay.
see that maybe I can do something to meet him more in the middle versus pushing the confrontation. I did not say you cannot have an opinion. I never said that. I said stop, process your emotions, okay? You married now. You basically just said, I love you for the rest of your life, my life, no matter what we go through. Me not really understanding the real concept of marriage, I was thinking like, oh, Dwight, you're doing this. I don't like this. I'm gonna flee. I'm gonna run. Listen, y'all, you ain't ready for marriage if that's the way you think it.
Ooh. She dropped gold nuggets on gold nuggets.
Yeah, okay.
Everything
Saw her
she
in person
said
once
absolutely on point. Yeah, you saw her in person where?
in Atlanta on an
Yeah.
Atlantic station, but she was with
Yep.
her ex, beyond her ex boyfriend at that
Before
time.
Dwight Howard.
Mm,
Was that before she got with Dwight Howard?
yeah.
Everything she said is absolutely accurate, honey, and I truly believe that that was probably one of my biggest issues when we first got married was getting rid of the attitude. I think that was the hardest thing for, I don't want to say just black women, but this is the issue we constantly hear about why black men don't want to deal with black women. Now, white men, a lot of white men say they like the attitude of a black woman because it doesn't remind them of how they grew up. So it's all perspective. It's like if you want to be with a black man, you have to be aware of his traumas. Cause I saw a divorce court episode that the white man was breaking up with his black woman because she didn't have enough attitude. Cause she was too pleasant. He was like, I really, I thought she was gonna have like this, like he was wanting her to have this black girl neck roll. He was upset that she didn't. So
I agree with everything except for the whole top tier, like men are top earning whatever. I think that
yeah,
all men. I think
sure,
that's what all men want.
sure,
Other than that, I agree with everything else. Yeah, I would say I guess I can decide that people don't really. I mean, my mom understands, but I guess I could have been toxic or whatever, you know. But I am learning how to not be. I can at least say these are my issues
yeah.
and understand. And like she said, like what could I have or could just self reflecting. I can honestly say that I can take accountability.
I think that's the biggest step is being able to at least hold yourself accountable. Know you because I tell people over and over again that I speak to, you can't do anything about what the other person's doing. You can only control you. And that's the same thing I would tell the husband, the same thing I would tell the wife. You can only control yourself. You can't do anything about what your spouse is doing. You have to be willing to look at yourself. Both parties have to be willing to look at themselves. And I feel like it took us a long time to get to that point. Maybe not as long as we think, but for both of us to get to that point, I yeah, I feel like I was a little more argumentative, a little bit more cold hearted in the beginnings of our marriage. Took me a while to get to a point to really care about not just his feelings, but and be honest with myself about my thoughts about a situation. Having to be, like you said, holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
But once we start doing that, now it's like, oh no, I'm wrong. Oh no, I'm wrong. No, you right. I'm wrong. I'll take. Now it's like we competing who apologized the hardest now. But it's a beautiful thing to get to that point. You learn a lot, and I love everything she said. Black women, if you want to keep a man, especially if you were a black man, now if you were a white man, I feel like that's truly is a different conversation because I truly have seen some white men really like that because they feel like I saw a documentary where white men feel like they're always in control, so they like to have someone who's taking control,
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
right?
And they're kinky and like
Right. So and then black men are like they feel like they don't have any control anywhere in the world. So the least, so they want to at least be able to just feel like they have control in their own home. So again, it's all perspective. If you find a man that's like he wants you to have your attitude and wants you to whatever, that's one thing. But I do truly believe you dealing with a black man, he do not want you to remind him of his mama. He don't want you to give no, to remind him of his grandma. Where he getting yelled at and fussed at and la 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 with all this listen. He don't want to be brought back to his childhood.
yeah. I was seeing a video of he was like women will talk about communication is key and will shut down during an argument, cry and and say ain't nothing wrong and then text these long paragraphs the next day.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw
That
that.
was me.
It was me too.
Ah, that's me
Oh
where
yeah.
I'd be like, oh, nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong. And then the next day I'm texting a whole in the morning. Soon as he wake up, see this long paragraph of everything I'm feeling childish.
I think when women say they want more communication, I think what mean, I think what a lot of women mean by that is they want you to agree more with what they're saying.
That's must be what it means.
I want you to agree with me when we have disagreements. You're supposed to agree with me. That's what communication means to a lot of women. Agreement, not expressing true thoughts and feelings because a lot of women say I say this over and over again, a lot of women say they want an honest man, but as soon as a man start getting honest, even myself be crying, you like I have to say that. But gotta appreciate it if he's being honest. What a man said, is it y'all competing on apologizing or competing on accountability? Isn't it the same thing? Apologizing and accountability? No, it's not. Taking accountability
I
you're
don't,
wrong. No.
I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Competing on apologizing.
Or competing on accountability. Yeah, that. But
Yeah, because
thought it was the same.
you're apologizing, saying, "Hey, no, I was wrong. No, I
I was
understand. I was
wrong.
wrong." So I think it's
I
the
need
same
to do
thing.
better. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, I could be wrong. But um I didn't really have anything else to really watch other than that, but how long they been married? How long she been married to Dwight Howard, do you know?
Listen here.
Really? Oh, they just got married.
Yeah, you heard her say the first six
Oh.
months they both filed for divorce. Yeah, I think they've been married for less than a year.
Oh wow. So I would say in that case, it's kind of too soon for her to talk, but at least she could say she learned something.
Yeah, yeah,
And
she said, yeah, she's strong. She learned it and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
yeah, cause I'm like the first 6 months. I'm like the first 6 years gonna be hard. It was hard for us,
Yeah, but
but
they actually filed for divorce. It's her first
yeah,
6 months.
yeah, we didn't we cried about it, but to be perfectly honest, anybody ever try to file for divorce, it costs a lot of money.
That's probably why he ain't trying to divorce.
It costs too
But
much
she
money.
said that they both of them did. But yeah, when y'all realized, oh hold up, it costs more to get divorced than it did to get married.
Let's see, yeah, let's see, that's what I was trying to see. I was trying to see. It don't say. Tia said, "How many months or years until y'all get past the want to break up hurdle of your marriage?"
I heard a 7 year itch. Is that a thing?
I mean, it depends on the couple, but I believe so. I believe it's a thing because I'm like, there's spurts. There's like spurts
Ay, ay, ay.
of like really good times, and then moments where it's like, Lord, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't know about him because just because I feel that way doesn't mean that because doesn't mean he felt that way. Because I remember moments where I'm feeling like things are great, and I ask him, and he's like, No, I'm not. I'm struggling. It's not great for me right now. So you're dealing with a human being. Human beings gonna have ups and downs. I would say probably in the last, what are we, 19 years in? In the last maybe 10, 11 years, I would say I haven't had that feeling. So yeah, maybe 7, 8 year mark. You would say like you really are feeling like, Lord, I can't do this anymore. I need your help extra. But then, like I said, but then I feel like there's spurts of that. Just the spurts I guess you could say get shorter and shorter. You know what I mean? Less and less that you feel that way. Because it'd be like you have to remind yourself, it don't matter how you feel, you in this.
Yeah.
You in it. And you got to stay in it regardless of how you feel. Because if it was about how we felt, we wouldn't have made it the first 5 years.
Yeah. I agree with her when she was talking about like telling your friends and stuff.
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I think, especially we were so young. I was so young. I think that was another one of my biggest mistakes was because you get used to sharing all of your sexcapades with your friends. So you kind of want to bring that same energy to your friends after you get married. Like, girl, he said this and he upset me like this, but you don't realize that you're making your spouse the enemy.
Yeah.
And it's like if they are the enemy, y'all can never truly be friends. If they're the enemy outside of, you going outside the house and everybody you talking to, they're the enemy. There's no trust. The trust is broken. Loyalty is lost.
Yeah. Yeah, you get so used to just impulsively expressing everything you feel in the moment. And then you'd be like, oh, shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that comes with maturity. What'd you say?
Yeah. And practicing and stuff. At work, I'd be wanting to say stuff and just catch myself. Be wanting to express myself about how I'm feeling about someone else. And just keep quiet.
Me too.
Self-control.
Yeah. Yeah. And really taking that to heart, take it to Jesus. Take it to Jesus. That's really the lesson. What a man says, some couples really want to break up with themselves, but they don't do that, so they go to who's next to you. I can see that. Where instead of people in a relationship realizing, okay, I'm the problem. How do I fix me? I can't leave me because I'm always gonna be with me.
Yeah.
Me is always around.
Oh, I see what he's saying now. Okay.
Yeah. Me is not going nowhere, but so instead of looking at themselves and how to better themselves in a relationship, they'd rather say, it's them. I got to leave them. They're the problem. And then bring that same me to the
Yeah,
next
to
relationship.
the next person. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you'd be doing. That's why that whole like when it like hurt people. I'm like, that sounds like to me, I mean I get it. It just sounds like an excuse for people to not
You think it's an
change
excuse?
for some.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable, but it's like you're not hurting the person that hurt you. You're hurting
Yeah.
people that
Right.
aren't hurting you.
Right.
That's why it's kind of like, yeah,
That's
kind
it.
of,
That's where the problem lies, is that you're not retaliating against the person that did the dirt to you. You're taking it
making
to people that
anyone
have nothing
else
to do with
pay
it.
for it. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
So this I watched this episode of what is this? Tonight's conversation. And this woman brings a question about I guess I'll share this. Brings a question about being with an ex. So we'll talk about that a little bit. If you're just tuning in to the live, I completely forget to say that. Make sure you hit the like button, share this content with whomever, and please leave your comments. Tell us your thoughts and your feelings on today's topic of dating and marriage. So, in this episode of tonight's conversation, this very masculine woman, I don't want to assume she's a lesbian. She doesn't specify one way or the other. So, let me
The
see.
way that one
What?
next to Kitty dresses,
Mm
she don't get me wrong, she a baddie,
hmm.
but
Mm
you can tell she I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna touch that. Never mind. She
hmm.
pretty though.
Okay. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
gonna say something, but I got convicted. Don't say that.
There you go. The Lord will do it.
What's your name? What's your question?
All right, my name is Carolyn. My question is, what is your advice about friends with benefits with an ex that you still have romantic feelings for, and they just got out of something earlier this year, and after that they rekindled with you, like reconciled from the relationship, like early in the year?
Earlier, it's the 7th month. So, okay, cool. Tasia, do you recommend having a friends with benefits relationship with an ex that you still have romantic feelings for that's currently just got out of a relationship probably within the last few months?
This feel personal over here.
Right. I'm feeling the pressure. So the funny thing is that I just posted about this. Follow me to see XVS on Instagram, and I talk about this. I just posted a reel about this. When you are a friends with benefits, it's so many layers that's happening here. A friends with benefits that you have emotional feelings for, that's not a friends with benefits, right? But what people don't understand is that friends with benefits, the emotional attachment has to be out of it. So all of y'all messing it up. Everybody's messing up. It's like you have 3 mixed jumbo parties involved, right? And everybody's messing it up. So you have a friends with benefit situation where you have emotional attachment. And then this person just got out of something. That means when they were single, they skipped you. Let's talk about it. So they got out of something.
I fucked it up though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on though. You were in a friends with benefits with an ex. You still have feelings for them, but they just got out of a relationship. So that means the moment that they were single, they skipped you. I'm right or wrong, friends.
I'm listening.
They skipped you. And so my thing is that this person doesn't seem to be emotionally invested in you. And when they come back around, they've already made choices outside of the relationship. So you're emotionally involved. They've made other decisions, and then they want to come. So y'all both taking the booty bread. Both of y'all taking the last piece of the bread, right? So I feel like it's just
I said booty bread.
I was there. Okay.
y'all
get
taking
it.
pieces of the stick.
Oh, yeah. They called me real good. Okay.
I love the booty bread. I know that's completely irrelevant to really what's going on, but what are your thoughts on that?
She should have said you shouldn't have friends with benefits, period. Because that does not work. That just doesn't work. Yeah. That's the first thing she should have said. That does not work for people. And I don't know why people try to, I don't know. When people try to convince themselves that works, it absolutely doesn't work.
No, it does not. And nobody really, none of them actually say that. None of them actually say, "Don't do it. It doesn't work." I guess because you could tell people that and they're not gonna listen anyway.
She didn't sound like she was listening to the girl anyway. She are arguing, not even listening.
Taking the Tia said booty bread. Taking the last piece of the bread.
The part that don't nobody else want.
I like the booty bread though.
The very first piece.
The top of the bottom.
I
I like the booty bread. I'm offended
I don't mind
that I don't mind the booty bread. But Yeah, that the friends with benefits is not, you're not friends. You're in a covenant with that person. You just don't want to call it a relationship, because then when you step out and sleep with somebody else, you don't have to be held accountable.
Yeah, there's no goodness.
There's no there it doesn't work, like you said. The fact that people want to play this game, it shows, I think people I don't know. I want to say people want to be heartbroken,
Yeah.
want to get their hearts broken. But I don't know. I could be wrong. They
Because
might think they
it's
could
like,
really work it out.
I guess, because it's like, if it's friends with benefits, why is it just with one person? Why do you guys tell each other that you two would be the only two sleeping together if it's friends with benefits and there's no attachment and there's all these things? Why are you guys just sleeping with each other? Well, I get the whole probably STD and all that stuff, but it's like you're
Mhm.
friends, so why are you guys technically committing to sleeping with one another without realizing? I don't know.
They do bring that up later on in that discussion. Like, so you would, like, ask the woman, so you would be mad if that person decided to sleep with somebody else or got into another relationship? You would be mad? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah,
So why
so
put
it's
yourself
not.
through that?
So you're not friends with benefits.
No,
Ay, ay, ay.
it ain't even worth the energy. Why put yourself through that? Um, this next story, this woman
Not even
tells
Kitty said that.
this. Kitty didn't even respond.
Really?
Yeah, Kitty didn't say anything. I guess because I was thinking, because she probably was like, I ain't got nothing to say to that lesbian other than she need Jesus. So she just kept her mouth shut for that question. Just the guy and that woman responded, and the guy on the very end.
All right, as long
All right, let me go. Let me go to the next discussion with that, and then we'll finish up.
as you both on the same page, if you on page 69 and they on page 69, have a good ass time.
That was the end of that discussion.
But if you on different pages, confusion leads to heartbreak. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, y'all, my name is Jess.
This woman was a mess.
As a grieving sister and daughter, how would
She made that so complicated. I'm gonna let her finish, but let me read this question because it's relevant to the last discussion. It's hardly ever friends with benefits. It's really one person wants a relationship, but the other doesn't, and they'll take even a piece of the person rather than nothing. Yeah, the booty bread.
That's the booty bread, Tia.
That's the booty. That's the booty bread. Yeah, that's it. It's really exactly. That's exactly what it is. All right, let me change my screen.
you how can I support my significant other while dealing with a bitter ex-wife who's
Wait, go back.
constantly being
Let me go back to
disrespectful,
how she describes
even
herself.
about
Like,
the
what
death
was
of
the
my brother?
point?
He made
What's your
sure
name?
to
What's
throw
your
in
question?
Hey,
grieving.
y'all, my name is Jess. As a grieving sister and daughter, how can I support my significant other while dealing with a bitter ex-wife who's constantly being disrespectful, even about the death of my brother, who is long. I've got your hope. Trying not to, I'm trying to be nonviolent. I'm a changed woman, but who's constantly being disrespectful about the death of my brother, who now found who let me back up, who forged the divorce papers to marry someone else, and now found out that I'm pregnant, blocked the kids from all contact, even on the phone that we pay for.
Hold on, wait. Whew.
Right. Let's break it. Let's take it step by step.
Wait.
There's a lot going on.
I'm not old enough for this conversation.
I know.
Wait a minute.
So
That was, hold on, that was
Okay.
an A, B, C, and D. I'm trying to figure it out. It was several characters. And I'm trying
okay,
to
let's do it.
You grieving who?
So I lost my brother
You lost your brother.
August 2020 in 2023, and I just recently lost my mother in December.
Oh, Jesus.
The first conversation, of course, him and I had conversations because at the time we were friends, and you having a conversation. I've been divorced for 3 years.
He's getting back out. I was just getting back into dating. So we talked about her, but never discussed her name. I knew he had children with her. But the first time her and I had a conversation was when shortly after I lost my brother, she inboxed me and basically told me my brother deserved the bullet.
Well, who are we talking about now?
The ex-wife.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Before we go forward. Okay, let me. I know. I'm going it. I'm going it. So, okay, I think I got this. Tell me if I'm correct or not.
Okay.
So during this period of time, you and him was just friends.
Friends, yes.
Okay, and now you guys are more than friends.
Yes.
He was married at the time.
Yes, they've been divorced for 3 years at that time.
So they had, when you were friends with him.
They had been divorced for 3 years.
Already, okay. Now he has children with her. So this is why he kind of keep in contact with her.
He was trying to, yes.
Right. Now he's with you. You're pregnant with his kid.
Yes.
And now she is still bitter and is using the children as pawns to get back at him and you.
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive because I don't know how you pulled all that.
I do this
Because he's messy.
for a
He's
living.
so messy.
I do this for a living. I do it. I do it for a living. Okay. You're welcome.
I ain't gonna lie, I was lost.
She's married. She's married, though.
Oh, and she's married.
She's married.
Okay.
So she forced the divorce papers between her and my current boyfriend. During COVID, you could do everything was doing Zoom. So she had a friend to sign his signature. He knew nothing about it. They were in the same house, but nevertheless.
Ooh, I have a question.
Yes.
What's your question for us?
How do I continue to support him?
Your husband?
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend?
Yes. How do I continue to support him through all of this? Because at this point, he feels like the system failed him. It's a lot.
Oh, this is interesting.
It feels like the system failed him.
Where is
because
he? She telling all his
to
business?
get custody and visitation of his children, and she broke his window out, but they didn't arrest her or anything, but had a man did that.
Hold on, let me say this first.
This is a lot. Okay, all right. We gotta take it piece by piece. Piece by piece. Okay, go ahead.
How do I continue?
Hold on. Let me say this real fast.
Without falling into my dark space.
Yeah. What's your name?
Jessica.
Okay, Jessica. What it sounds like to me is that you're the person that needs support through all of this, right? I admire you asking how he can be supported through this process, but it sounds to me like you're experiencing some trauma at the hands of the situation.
Ooh.
And I want to say, I'm like, if I had to think, if I was talking to this woman, what would I say to her? That point he made was absolutely perfect. Because at first I was thinking, she's, her brother died, her mother died. That's completely irrelevant to the story. It was my first thought, was my initial thought. But then it was like, no, she's grieving. So in order for her to, she don't want to grieve. So she rather put her energy and attention into whatever he got going on. So she don't have to feel the pain of what she's dealing with.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on that's her boyfriend.
And do you hear in the beginning she utters, "Oh, I'm a changed woman."
But yeah, she needs some support and to take some time. I don't hey, I'm not gonna say it could never be me. I'm not understanding of women getting divorced just to be baby mothers. I just don't understand that concept. I'm not gonna say it could never be me. I just don't understand. You get divorced to have a baby by a man that's not marrying you. But I think she needs some help.
That's what they tell her. Cause good Lord. Tia said, I don't know how women sign up for stuff like this. A man with 2 kids, previous divorce, and now you're pregnant. Ugh, what a nightmare. It is. Kitty goes in on her. So I kind of want to play what Kitty says.
Yeah,
but not in a bad way. But Kitty gives her the business. Let's see what Kitty got to say about it. Cause yeah, that's the one who need to speak.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for maybe for you to find
Look at
support
Kitty's
through
face.
all of this in the process. I know Tasia, you had something that you wanted to say. Go ahead.
I was waiting patiently. I was waiting patiently.
kinda just
That's
wanna
all I was
skip
just
the
gonna
kitty.
say. Piggybacking off what they said, baby, you out of breath. You pregnant. You're out of breath. You up here, out of breath, literally. And I want you to be careful because you are a girlfriend now and you're carrying his child. So it would be my assumption that you're looking to go into marriage.
These are things that we have to think about because
They all give
I guarantee
pretty
you that's not a
relevant.
God ordained marriage. I'm sorry, Ace. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry for cutting you off. That's not a God ordained marriage. God ain't gonna put you in a space to where it's confusing. He's not gonna, God never sets us up to be in a position to where we step into confusion and chaos and disturbances and things like that. He never sets that up for us. God wants us to live a peaceful life. So when you look at this, this is when we really have to look at ourselves and say, because of our free will, we made mistakes and we created this space right here. But there is no way, I'm saying this to your heart, baby. I wouldn't even be considering marriage right now, considering the fact that Ace is absolutely right. You are marrying to other traumas as well. And I hear you, I get it where you're like, how can I support him? And that's good. I respect you for doing so. But listen to the layers of grief that you're going through. You are pregnant as well. This is a completely different layer that we're talking about. None of this should even be coming to your mind. None of these conversations or experiences should even be coming to you. We're talking about protecting not just you, but the baby that you're holding as well. And we're lacking in that area. The fact that you even came to the microphone to ask that question says a lot right now, honey. It says a lot. But when you start looking at the life that you are desiring to live, I know for a fact you don't want to bring your baby in that type of chaos. If that woman is bitter towards you, all of that is carrying down to your baby as well. So think of the trauma that you bringing your baby up into as well. And I'm saying that as a mother. You have to think about what you are inviting your baby into. Also, how far along are you?
4 months.
4 months? How long have you been with him?
It's been 2 years.
2 years. You've been going through this for 2 years?
Yeah, so pretty much the first time she inboxed me was when we were friends. And so like now, like she hasn't said anything directly to me, but she does like Facebook posts. She talks about my son.
Hold on, honey bun.
Yeah.
She hit you up before you got pregnant?
Yes. With me, him and I weren't even together. We were just friends.
Baby, when I tell you, warning comes before destruction. When I tell it was there, honey. Like it, I'm not trying to beat you down. I promise you I'm not trying to do so. But when I tell you God is so strategic with every warning that he gives you ahead of time, he will show you something and say, don't touch that. You went back and touched it. He told you that before you even got intimate or got into a personal relationship with this person. He gave you the warning and you still stepped into this. You asked God about this?
No.
Why not?
I haven't. To be honest with you, I've been trying so hard I've been fighting so hard not to fall into a dark place as far as my brother.
But you escaped that grieving. You escaped that grieving by dealing with this person right here. This is
He was there for me.
Let me tell you something, but God is there a lot more than a human is gonna be. I guarantee you that, honey. He is there a lot more than a human is going to be. A human can only do so much for you. And look at this, you don't have that divine protection over you from a human like you would if you went to our Lord and Savior. It's a different ball game, honey. I guarantee you, if you would have opened up those conversations with God, the conversations that he was trying to have with you every time you had that spiritual prompting when he was like, don't do that. Oh, here's your warning right here. Oh, she's hitting you up about something that's not even your responsibility. It's not even your problem. You had warnings, but you leaned into a human. Humans can't do the same thing that God can do for you, baby. But it's not too late. I'm not beating you down, I promise you. It's not too late. You can still go right now and go to God and say, I need you to order my steps. Right now, in the space that I am in, Lord, right now, I'm grieving my brother. I'm grieving my mama. I am hurting. This hurts. I am in pain. I am caring right now, God, and I need you in this space. But if God tells you in this space right now, you're going to have to trust me, and trusting me means that I'm going to have to separate you from what's causing you pain. You're going to have to allow him to be able to do so, honey, so you won't be in this situation. I guarantee you, because I know God, and I have him on a personal line. I mean, 1, 2, 3, God is me on a personal line because I stay in prayer and I stay in my word. And whenever I am going through any hardships or pain, I know where my refuge is because God has extended his wings for us to be able to find refuge. So when we need safety, security, and peace, it is in him that we find that. So if you need that light, it's not going to be from that person because evidently you say you don't want to be in a dark space, but look what the enemy is doing. He is using multiple people to keep you in that dark space, and that's the reason why you can't grieve. And that's also the reason why you can't carry that baby the way that God would have wanted you to carry that baby as well. So I encourage you, sister. I'm encouraging you right now. I don't care about nothing else right now. I'm talking to you because I'm a mother and I am someone who has gone through different levels of grief. And I say this because I'm speaking on behalf of that baby as well, that baby that does not have a voice right now. You are going to be mothering that child. And if this man right here is going to have you in a bad mental state, and that woman is as well, she's going to do whatever she can to break you down mentally, baby. That is the whole goal of her. The enemy is using her right now, baby. But the Lord is trying to get your attention right now. So since he is on that line right now, I need you to go into your safe space and talk to him for a second and let him speak to your heart, because I guarantee you he's going to give you direction.
Clap it up, clap it up.
Fire,
I
fire.
love Kitty.
I love Kitty. She went in on her and just gave her the business.
She did it so
And
lovingly.
she really did. She was very loving about it. Tia said, "All right now, Kitty." Purr. Yeah, that's exactly what that woman needed to hear. And as we know, he was there for me means he was providing D. And what is it they say when you just say a shoulder to cry on is a D to ride on or something? I just read.
Oh my gosh. 2
I
years
just read that.
is ugh. 2 years is. I mean,
And
it's short, but it's long.
yes, they go fast for us to be, especially to be goosing somebody. You ain't married. Now y'all having a baby. Y'all starting a family. And like she said, the woman inboxed her before they even got serious.
Oh, ay, ay, ay.
Yes. Be praying for these people, praying for that woman. That's a lot of heavy stuff to have to deal with people and their all their issues all like that. You got to be praying. That's what Kitty looked like she was praying.
The way she was staring, I'd be praying too. This man.
Got to be praying dealing with these people. But you know, like everybody was. That's pretty much the gist of what almost all of them said. Like you on here trying to figure out how you could support him, but what is he doing to protect you from his drama?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, okay, he doing all that. What is he doing?
Yeah,
She talking about all the stuff the wife doing. Is he doing anything to help at all? Is he,
yeah,
to some, not even some. A lot of people that drama excites them. Like they like that stuff. So it's like, oh, yeah.
yeah. Because whatever she could say, whatever about that baby mama, but like she said, that other woman is married, so she ain't just letting these dudes hunch on her without a ring, without some legal documentation. So and again, this is only one side. We don't know what's real, and what's all we know is what part she choosing to tell.
She's telling, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never really know.
Never really know, because that's only one side. That's one person's side. I would like to know what the ex-wife, really got to say about it. Like, she was around when we was married. She was calling him, blowing up his phone before we got divorced. Like, tell the truth.
Certain things, yeah. That's how I was talking to Tia about, like, with Adrienne Ballone and her husband and stuff. Like, that man was married, and she's spending personal alone time with him, talking about praying for him and stuff. Girl, you was messing with a married man.
Even that woman that we reacted to, the cruise ship lady, that she was on, Harley Initiated.
With the glasses.
Yeah. He was married.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, certain stuff. You can see people reaping what they're sowing. Now, I'm not saying it's her. But once again, when I was talking to Tia, well, Adrienne Malone, when she can't, I don't know if she can, like, bear, because she had to do a surrogate or whatever. Certain stuff. certain stuff, not everything, but
Not
certain
that
stuff, you are reaping what you're sowing. Like, I
mm,
think certain stuff you curse
for sure.
marriages, or you curse certain futures. Like, you sleep with a married man and then he get divorced and he marry you. Certain stuff you kind of curse opportunities. Like, you could have had an opportunity to bear children, but you invaded someone's covenant and pretty much disrespected God, pretty much. And then the person married you, and I think God is like, okay, you marry the person, but here are the consequences. I don't know. I just certain stuff. I just think maybe I'm thinking too deep about certain stuff,
Nah, no,
but
that's because that's exactly what Terabody Terabody says.
mhm.
When because they did a poll, how many people were in or had been or have experienced being in a relationship with somebody married. And that's pretty much what Tara Bodie said, that these people that get in these relationships with people that are already married and then decide they're going to get married, they have tainted pretty much someone else's covenant, and you reap what you sow. Like, God is a God, like she says, God himself is a vengeful God.
Yeah,
And God is saying, you know what I mean? You didn't consider this person's covenant. So why should your covenant be any more respected than the
yeah,
last? Cuz then you didn't have no respect for these other people's marriage. So it's, what goes around comes around. And it's a spiritual thing, I think too, which I'm certain of. It's a spiritual thing. You've
yeah,
you've messed with and disrespected covenants in the spirit, so you've agreed with the enemy when it comes your time. Especially if you haven't repented for stuff, if you haven't
yeah,
really dealt with your own guilt and all, all kind of spiritual things that probably have to take spiritual cleansing that has to take place before you get married.
yeah. It's like, and then and then she said, like you said, she said, "Oh, that was when we were just friends."
According to
Sure,
you.
according to you, and we don't,
Hmm.
like you said, we don't know what the woman. But people don't want to tell the other sides. Like, okay, child. Now, what was y'all doing when y'all was just friends? What was y'all doing? I mean,
What was
she
y'all
did say
doing?
that they had gotten divorced already, like 3 years
And
prior,
he
gotten divorced and stuff.
That's
But
what she says.
I don't know. We got. But that's like, yeah. Like, when I be seeing certain stuff, it's like, yeah, he was married. He was messing with a married man. You could sit there and talk, oh, we was praying together, and honey, you was not with Adrian Brown. You wasn't praying for that man's marriage.
Right.
You was not praying for that man. You was not praying for the woman. You was not praying. You was, and then I
That
guess, and now you can't. Now she can't even bear children. Unfortunately, like, it's
yeah,
sad, and I
it's
prayed, Lord, lay hands on her womb. It's
yeah,
like, certain stuff is like, you may not be telling it, but your life is. The
fruits.
consequences of your actions, your life is definitely telling your heart and your heart posture.
Oh yeah. I remember a guy, I was walking down the street and he was like calling himself hollering at me. I'm like, oh, I'm married. I'm good. He's like, I'm married too. I'm like, Lord, I feel bad for your wife. Was all I could think. That's all I said. That's all I said. I feel bad for your wife. I just kept walking because I really do. That this what your husband out here doing, hollering at strangers, bragging about being married like it's. I mean, like, bro.
That's how I'm gonna pick for. Hey, it must work for him. He must have got a couple of booty cheeks.
I know. That's the crazy part. That's the
He ain't
crazy
just gonna
part.
be saying it. Men don't just be saying stuff. Like, clearly it must have worked at least once. He
That
said,
is
"Damn, I
the
gotta try this again."
crazy. That's the crazy part, that you're probably right, that it worked before. So put some more stank on it. That this is what they like. Like, I was gonna be like, oh cool, okay, like come over. Oh nice, you're married too. Great. Oh thank God. Like what? What was he expecting? Crazy.
Hey, it must have worked at least once.
That is the crazy part. That you're probably right.
He woke up like, "Wow, I can get it like this. They say married women
Crazy.
are some of the most easiest women to sleep with.
That's what I be hearing, which is awful. This is awful. That's crazy. Cause why is that? Why is that the statistic? But I guess, yeah. Why? I can't understand why because I guess it doesn't apply to me. So I'm trying to figure out what is it. I guess would it be the same for married men? So okay, let's watch a little bit of this episode of Harley Initiated with Tara Body
I love her so
because
much. I
people,
got to meet her and stuff.
yeah, yeah, she spit some nuggets on this episode.
Because I too have been through like trauma in my life. However, it's a journey because you do I found myself making some decisions in my life that have defiled me, but by the grace and mercy of God, He's given me another chance to make it right.
So hold on, just so I can get clarity here. Have you ever been in a relationship with a married man?
I have. And you want to know the thing about it. And I'm so glad that you guys are opening this chat because at first I was thinking, whenever we talk about these conversations, it's like surrounded by a lot of shame. But the best way that I've been able to get through it is just by understanding that God loves me. And, when I was being involved with the married man, as I grew out of that, I realized
Wait, Kiara. Before you tell me about the growing out of it, I just want to get just some detail. First off,
yeah.
Okay, how long ago was this?
This had to be about 4 years ago.
Okay, and when did you know he was married when you first engaged?
I did know.
Okay, so you did know he was married, and
Did you notice a lot of this stuff happening around COVID?
And Coke was having people do some crazy things.
Crazy stuff.
You in your house
I just
long
wanted to
enough,
point
it'll
that
drive
out.
you a little cray cray.
Just had to point that out. I think that's hilarious.
up until this time, and how long was he married at this point?
It was one of those things where I hadn't seen him since high school, and then we bumped into each other at the grocery store. I had did some digging around and looking him up on Facebook. So if I had during that time, he probably was married for at least 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so he was married for about 2 or 3 years, and you, at this point, bumped into him. So he's pretty much an old friend. There was a level of comfort there. And how long did it take for you guys to actually become intimate in a relationship?
We had actually, this is crazy, but we had a history of being intimate since high school. So it was like that sexual connection. It never like left us. We had been intimate since we were teenagers.
Interesting. Did you ever? Did you know
I
his?
hadn't seen him for a while.
I was asking.
Did I know his what?
Did you know his wife?
I did not know his wife. Nope, never. Didn't know her. Never met her.
Okay. And how long did that relationship last?
You're talking about him and I,
Yes.
or their marriage? I would say from the time that we bumped into the grocery store, we were dealing with each other off and on for about a year.
About a year now. Okay. What was the breaking point where you ended it?
This is going to sound crazy, but it was when we became intimate. Something shifted in me where I was not able to sexually get pleasure from us having, sorry, I'm trying not to speak, but from us having sex, my body, like it felt like it just totally, completely shut down. And like the excitement and the feelings and the emotions and even the pleasurable moment, it was gone. And then after we got done having, sex, I felt like I was spiritually drained. Like usually afterwards, I could go about my day, go about my life, and then, we could, talk and hit each other up and then do it again. But after that day, it was like something in me changed. It felt like a piece of me was taken, like spiritually and emotionally. And that's when I was like, no, this is not. But yeah, I mean, that really was. And then obviously when things like that happen and you go on about your life, I mean, in my present time, I guess from then on to now, there has been a lot of things that have happened that I've had to question myself and ask myself, well, why would I engage with somebody that is married? Why would I let somebody, use me or, defile me? Why would I defile myself? And so, it's a journey. But yeah, I mean, that happened, and I was intimate with a married man.
So I want to get some context to that, because essentially what it sounds like was, once you tried to have that intimate experience and you felt your body just not responding to it, pretty much that was the moment you said, this is it. So it's probably even safe to assume that sex was probably what main benefit is sex.
I think what we have to think about is what we forfeit for those things. I think a lot of my women and men need to understand, especially Christian men and women that are waiting on marriages, when you defile somebody else's covenant and saying, God bless mine. God is a gracious God, but he's also a fair and just God. And we have to understand, when you tell God, I want this and I want a blessed marriage, and you are a participant in ruining someone else's covenant, I need my ladies and gentlemen to think further. Our God is not a God where he is not going to get justice for that spouse, for the person you're cheating with, because they are his child too. And while you all are having a rendezvous and you having fun, there is a hurting wife and there are children sometimes involved. And God cares about their hearts too. He cares about the covenant that man made with that woman. And a lot of women, unfortunately, have sold out. They bit the apple by having sex with these men and have ruined some of the things that they're asking God for. There is a direct correlation. Can he forgive you for what you did? Sure. But if you all think that you can ruin these covenants with no thoughts on it, you are sadly mistaken. And I have to say that because when you read the word of God, you know these things to be true. Sin has a cost. And I need you all to not be cavalier at all about anybody's covenant. I'm not trying to make you feel shameful, because all sin is sin and there's no degrees of sin. I just need you to think about what you're asking for and then how your actions are lining up when you disrespect other people's covenant. We have to be aware, especially as children of God, because we know better. A Christian should know better, right? The world doesn't know better when they sin. They're not held to our laws. If they've never received Jesus Christ as their savior and they've never accepted God, then they did not sign up for the laws and decrees that we live by. But when you sign up for the laws and decrees that we live by and you break them knowingly multiple times, God is going to get involved. Now, he tries to really save us and pull us out, like that loss of a sex drive. That's a loss you were having in your body. There is something that what you were losing by having sex with this person. And you may not know. You say, I lost my sex drive. No, you were losing more than that by continuing to sleep with a married person. And I have to say it like this because we got 2,000 people watching. So I know y'all be wanting me to be real sweet and soft, but I'm worried about souls being saved. Souls being saved and not sifted by the devil through these relationships and these little situationships that you all are being sifted into. If you want the D enough to lose your soul, I want you to be very aware of what you're doing. Sisters in Christ, if you say the D is worth my soul, I remember crazy lyrics in a song that Whitney Houston said. It said, when God asks me what I've been doing, I tell him I spent my life with you. Sound cute in some lyrics, but y'all got to understand there is a day you're going to stand before your creator if you really believe in God, and he going to ask you about some of these things you did and you had knowledge of what you're doing. I need us to take our walk with Christ seriously. Know when we are hurting people. No, he says, treat others how you want to be treated. So if I don't want nobody cheating with my husband, I'm not gonna do that to another woman. And I know some of y'all say, I don't really have a tie to her. You don't have to have a tie to her. She is your sister in Christ. She is a woman that made a vow to a man that she loved. If some of y'all never been married, you don't understand. You're putting your whole life and trust in these men. These women that came on earlier, been married to these men 30 years, amount of men, they had kids with these people. They put their whole trust and life in the hands of men. So when other women don't understand that and they interfere in that covenant and they get involved, you got to understand, yes, that man can be lustful and still cheat, but don't you be one of the participants. Don't you involve yourself. You say, I feel sorry for your wife. She really do believe that you care for her and you loved her and you made vows to her at that altar. I feel sorry for her. What a low character man you are. Y'all supposed to be turning these men back to Christ, back to their covenants, back to their wives. If they strayed and they came over there to you, you say, sir, straight on back to your wife. I'm glad you walked my way, because if you walked to another woman, she probably would have sinned with you. She probably would have did it. But God let you walk my way so I can convict you and tell you, go back to your wife, sir. And don't do this again with another woman. I'm your warning before the fall, sir. Y'all, we got to understand our role in the body of Christ. I gotta be serious with y'all, because y'all, this ain't no game. People leaving up out of here every day over dealing with other people. I'm a
Tara.
counselor. I hear it all the time.
Oof, she just spit
I
fire.
love her. I love her so much. I was telling you, I was like, I can see that being you. And
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
She
She's
got a big
very
forehead too.
powerful. She do got a big forehead. The pretty girls, big guys, big foreheads. We
Pretty
just
girls got
say,
big
just is what it
foreheads.
is. But everything she said, I love. I love her. I love Kitty. I love that to see these powerful women of God just speak bold, raw truth. Like not trying to, how my mother-in-law says, patty cake with the devil. Not sugarcoating the truth, just putting it out right there. Like, if you think the D is worth your soul, then make sure you go in knowing exactly that that's what's happening. But and the frustrating part is that we're talking to Christians. Like she said, we should know better, and should, whatever that means, should. Christians need to be the ones who, if no one else does, knows the right thing to do and steps in the will of God. But what so many of us do is justify our sin, try to point the finger at everybody else to justify our sins.
Yeah.
But I love what she said about covenant. If you don't want nobody cheating in your marriage, don't be a participant. And oh yeah, convict them, send them back to their person. Be that one that's like, you married? Oh, well, we ain't doing this. You gotta go. You gotta go back to your wife. I don't want to see you destroy your family. That's real love.
Yeah.
That's real love. I don't want to see your family destroyed. I don't want to see you hurting and broken because you destroy your family. Or you what would you do if your wife was doing this to you? Like be the one to convict them to make the right decisions. But a lot of folks is the only thing about their own nut and how they feel. Screw the cheering. Screw the family. Everybody getting screwed.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts about that?
No, she already said what I was thinking. Yeah, she said what I was thinking.
Yeah, I want you to see that you were right on point.
Yeah, and I didn't even watch that. Okay. I didn't even watch that.
Right. Um, Otherwise, that's all I have for today. Missing all the other girls today. I know everybody got their lives. So
What you trying to
hopefully
say?
we all get to be at the next one. I know you got your life. Cause sometimes you don't be on here because your life be popping. Pop. But otherwise, I'm not gonna hold you. That's all I really have for today.
Okay.
And pray. Every day, all day. What you about to do?
I gotta cook.
Yeah.
For the week.
Oh,
So I don't
nice.
have to cook any other day of the week.
Smart. Well,
that's it.
I'll let you enjoy your Sunday. Pray every day, all day, and keep flying with the Most High. And I love you guys. And until the next Wifery Garden, we'll be here, and I'll be back here Tuesday doing this again. 7 p.m. Mountain Standard, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back at this. I love you guys.
I love you.
Bye. Love you, baby.
Good night.
Deuces.